Okay, let's dive right into this explainer with a pretty massive trillion-dollar reality check. Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff recently pointed out that the total addressable market for digital labor could soon reach the trillions of dollars. Trillions. We are literally not just talking about minor software updates or, slightly better chatbots anymore. We're standing on the edge of a fundamental shift toward digital labor that is going to completely redefine how enterprises operate. And it starts right at the very heart of the organization: human resources. Welcome to this explainer on HR digital strategy. Today, we're essentially going to build the ultimate futuristic HR skyscraper right in front of you. We'll start by laying down a rock-solid foundation of data and analytics, and then we're going to construct our way all the way up to the very top, crowning it with highly autonomous, deeply intelligent super agents. So if you want to know exactly how the workplace of tomorrow is being engineered today, you are absolutely in the right place.
Here is a quick look at our roadmap. First, rethinking HR digital strategy. Second, the 7 analytics data pillars. Third, enter agentic AI. Fourth, large action models or LAMs. And finally, Tier 4, the super agent. Let's get to work.
Section 1. Rethinking HR digital strategy beyond technology.
Right off the bat, we need to understand that true transformation is absolutely not just about buying shiny new cloud software. A successful digital strategy actually demands 4 key drivers. First, HR has to take clear ownership of the transformation. You can't just hand the whole shebang over to IT. It also requires deep alignment with broader business goals. Plus, your workforce and your tech need the agility to adapt on the fly. And finally, value. You have to think way beyond basic operational efficiency to deliver true strategic enablement.
So, the absolutely crucial point to take away here is this: strategy, not technology, drives digital transformation. Long before any advanced AI gets plugged into your systems, HR has to step up and act as a strategic command center. Because look, if you don't have a strategy that's actively designed to drive cultural change, upskill your workforce, and essentially rehumanize the workplace, well, even the most advanced tech is just going to fall flat.
Section 2. The 7 analytics data pillars. The foundation.
Now that we've got our strategy blueprint, it's time to actually pour the foundation. You know the old saying, you can't optimize what you don't measure? This framework, the 7 pillars of people analytics success, gives us the structural integrity we need to support the entire talent lifecycle, literally from hire to retire. So let's break down those 7 pillars. At the front end, we have workforce planning, sourcing, and acquisition or hiring. Then, as employees come aboard, we move into onboarding, culture fit, and engagement. After that, we're tracking performance and lifetime value. And finally, rounding it out, we look at employee churn and retention alongside wellness, health, and safety. By really mastering these 7 specific areas, HR teams can finally stop relying on gut feelings and move toward descriptive, predictive, and eventually prescriptive analytics.
And here is our core thesis for today. These 7 pillars, they aren't just there to generate pretty reports for management. They actually act as the clean, highly structured, absolutely necessary fuel for the intelligent engines we're about to install. Without this underlying data properly organized into these pillars, the AI we're about to talk about simply cannot function effectively. It's a total deal breaker.
Section 3. Enter agentic AI, the intelligent engine.
I want you to just let this number sink in for a second. 15%. Gartner forecasts that by 2028, 15% of day-to-day enterprise work decisions will be made completely autonomously by AI agents. We are moving incredibly fast towards systems that are AI-operated but human-led. It's a massive, game-changing shift in how daily work actually gets done.
But we need to be really clear on the difference here. We are moving away from the chatting of generative AI, the tools that just create content, react to your prompts, and basically forget you the second you close the window. Instead, we are entering the era of doing with agentic AI. These agents feature dynamic reasoning. They execute complex, multi-step actions. They retain persistent memory and context of the employee, and crucially, they actually intervene proactively.
Section 4. Large action models beyond generation. This shift is honestly monumental. A large action model, or LAM, isn't just generating a paragraph of text to tell you why attrition is high. It dynamically analyzes the data, maybe generates a visual breakdown of the reasons, like, say, issues with specific managers or compensation, and then it proactively offers to automatically assign action items to HR business partners across the entire organization. It reasons, it plans, and then it actually acts.
And you can see how perfectly this maps out. These specific AI agents tie directly back to those foundational HR pillars we just laid down. Under the higher pillar, a requisition agent can analyze team skill gaps and automatically create job requisitions. Under support, an onboarding agent orchestrates system access, mandatory training, and compliance without you lifting a finger. And under operate, a payroll agent reconciles massive datasets and executes payroll autonomously.
You might be wondering, how do they actually do this securely across so many different software platforms? Well, the answer is Model Context Protocol, or MCP servers. These essentially act as the connective tissue. They allow these large action models to natively reach across your entire tech stack, grabbing data from your CRM, talking to IT, executing in payroll, all while strictly adhering to API-level access controls, role-based permissions, and serious governance guardrails.
Section 5. Tier 4. The Super Agent, the ultimate destination.
All right, let's ride the elevator up to the penthouse of our HR skyscraper. Organizations have to mature through distinct levels to get here. You start down at Tier 0, that's just getting your clean data, org structure, and permissions sorted. By Tier 2, you're deploying individual, functional agents to support key HR personas. But the ultimate destination is Tier 4. This is the highly autonomous maturity layer where all those separate agents are orchestrated together seamlessly.
Up here at Tier 4, we meet the Super Agent. Think of this as a proactive, context-aware AI teammate for every single employee. It can orchestrate cross-functional workflows and take actions completely autonomously. Honestly, at this stage, we are rapidly approaching an artificial general intelligence trajectory. The AI is no longer just a piece of software you log into. It's a deeply contextual coworker assisting the entire workforce. So I'll leave you with this final provocative thought to ponder. If these agentic AI super agents take over all the drudgery, the scheduling, the data reconciliation, the basic repetitive queries, what happens next? As AI agents become human-led teammates, what higher-value work will your HR team conquer? How will you use all that freed-up time to scale empathy, foster real human connections, and completely rehumanize your workplace? The technology is here, the foundation is laid, but the strategy? Well, that is entirely up to you.